To protect and commute, at least 77% of Columbus police officers do not live in Columbus. That's according to an NBC4 Investigates analysis of public data. Good evening, everyone. We thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Colleen Marshall.
And I'm Brad Johansson in for Carrie Charles. NBC4 Investigates Jamie Ostroff took our findings to law enforcement experts and members of the community. So, Jamie, how'd they react?
Overwhelmingly, Brad, the people I spoke with said more Columbus police officers should live in the city, suggesting it could improve public safety. Residency requirements for cops have been illegal in Ohio since 2006, and the little research available hasn't proven that those rules have any meaningful benefits, particularly to Black communities. Still, experts and advocates say there is another way to improve relationships between the people of Columbus and the officers who patrol there. NBC4 Investigates asked the police department of every major Ohio city for the zip code of each of its officers. 71% of Cleveland's police officers live in Cleveland. 63% of Cincinnati's live in Cincinnati, but 23% of Columbus police officers live in the capital city. That includes the officers living in zip codes that overlap the city's jagged borders. So that number is likely even smaller. We found the zip codes with the highest concentration of Columbus police officers are in Grove City, Pickerington, and Hilliard. That's concerning, says local NAACP president Nana Watson.
It's not being able to understand differences in people, the color of their skin, the way they talk, the way they look. You have to be engaged.
Watson wants to see a police department that better reflects the community it serves. About 10% of Columbus police officers are Black, according to the most recent data available, while 29% of the city's residents are Black. In fact, we discovered 0 police officers live in Columbus's South Linden neighborhood, which, according to census data, is 71% Black.
We know that officers, when they don't eat, sleep, and breathe in the city of Columbus, however, they come in to do enforcement activities, that could create a level of contention between the officers and the public. And it really does perpetuate a lot of the issues that we have and that we've been seeing within the city of Columbus.
Dr. Chanel Jones researches issues of race and police community relations as Assistant Dean of Community Engagement at Franklin University. She's also a member of the Columbus Community Safety Advisory Commission, which last year recommended a residency incentive program. It would offer things like discounted housing to officers in the neighborhoods where they patrol.
Not only could crime go down, but you're more inclined to have somebody, if they know about a crime that's happening, they may call and report it because they feel more connected to their officer.
While the city has adopted most of the commission's 80 recommendations, the residency incentive program is not one of them. According to the city, it has been approved, but it still needs funding or bargaining. Interim Police Chief Mike Woods declined my request for an interview, but said through a spokesman that he's not looking to make any big changes, like a residency incentive program, as interim chief. I also reached out to Capital City FOP President Keith Farrell. He did not get back to me, but I did speak with a lifelong South Linden resident who is pushing for change with or without residency incentives. Hear what he has to say at 11 o'clock. And meanwhile, if you want to know how many Columbus police officers live in your zip code, you can find out on our interactive map. That's up at NBC4i.com. Local for you, Jamie Ostroff, NBC4.
Well, Jamie, big difference between Cleveland and Cincinnati. Thanks for that report.